Hempfield High School has many strong students with excellent stories. Sydney Bush stands out, showing that despite her battle with cancer, she's still excelling with everything that she does.
Sydney is an 11th grader who fought cancer when she was younger. Her mother speaks about the stages of the battle.
So when she was 2, she started getting like kind of dizzy and started throwing up just kind of sporadically and just falling. So I took her to the doctor a couple times, and first she was just diagnosed with a virus, so they thought she had whiplash from going on a ride at Hershey Park. And then it just continued to get worse, so the doctors admitted her to the hospital, and they did an MRI, and that's where they found her tumor.
When Sydney's parents learned about her diagnosis, it was very difficult for them.
When we were told about Sydney, it was very shocking. It was very scary. It was the worst thing we've ever been told.
It was a big shock to get news like that kind of out of the blue when you think it's a muscular, issue, or there's so few children that get diagnosed with cancer that, it's not something that you think of right away when your child's sick. So the whole time, just that whole summer, seeing her struggle with just her balance and getting sick, that wore on us a lot.
But luckily, with quick action and a strong family, Sydney was able to get the care that she needed.
And then she was transported to Hershey Medical Center, where she had a surgery to remove the tumor. And then after that, she had 7 weeks of radiation and a lot of testing in between in that time period to see, if everything was clear or not. As the time progressed, she would have MRIs every 3 months, then 4 months, then 6 months. It did come back again, so we had to kind of start over again when she was 4, 3.5 going on 4. But then after she had she had a surgery, and then the gamma knife procedure, and then continued MRIs, and she'll be 13 years cancer-free in April.
The battle with cancer was definitely tough for Sydney, but she showed her strength.
I obviously remember that it was really hard to have to go through everything, because I would have to get needles stuck in me all the time, and I would have to go through radiation, and no 2-year-old wants to do that. And because I was so young, in 2005 they didn't really do radiation on young people, so they didn't really know the side effects that I would have. It's not like my childhood was taken from me, because I did get a really good childhood, because it was only 2 years of my life that I was in the hospital and going through treatment. But those 2 years were really hard for me, being that young.
26.98.
Now Sydney is 16, shining in everything she's doing, both in school and in Thon.
I've been a cheerleader since I was in 2nd grade. I've done dance theater since I was a freshman, and then I've been in mini-thon since I was a freshman. And I am involved in buddy club, varsity club, and the homework club at Centerville Elementary School, so I help the kids with their homework. Mini-thon is my biggest passion in life, because it helped me survive cancer, and so it's a way of giving back. Going to Thon weekend every February is my favorite time of the year.
Although Sydney is happy and healthy, her family still has their nervousness.
Well, the thing about with Sid was her, she had a brain tumor, and she had it surgically removed, and luckily they were able to get it, with the surgery. And I guess at that point she's considered cancer-free, but we really never really got to celebrate her being cancer-free, because to this day she still goes for MRIs to get checked to make sure there's no new tumor growth or new tumor from the radiation treatments. So there's always that little thing in the back of your mind that makes you think that what's going to happen next. So I don't think we've ever gotten to the point where we've felt totally 100% comfortable. But as time goes by, it's not something that that wears you down like it did at the beginning. It's definitely a relief to be this far out.
Sydney proves that despite what the world throws at her, she can still thrive. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Autumn Rhoads.